Hello again. So you've left therapy and you're down the line and you're kind of thinking back to the therapy, and maybe it was good, maybe it was bad, whatever it was, and you're kind of thinking back, I wonder what my therapist thinks of me. So we all like to know if people like us or dislike us or that, or what to think of us of. And sometimes people, because they're so vulnerable in therapy, they automatically go to obviously the therapist hated me and I was an awful nuisance and I kept going on about such and such. This is not true, simply not true. Therapists will on occasion think of you. We do go through supervision to process our own stuff that comes up in therapy, and how we can help further down the line and stuff like this. So, generally we try to release a huge amount of the stuff to a supervisor, but ultimately we're human. We do think of people, and they pop into our head at times, and we kind of go, and it'll never be, oh, I hate working that person, but there will always be that, I wonder how they're getting on, because the therapist is really invested in your life and how you're getting on. Now, they'll never, and they should never, check in and say, hey Johnny, how's it going today? I haven't talked to you in 2 years, how's that situation going? Tell me. No, that's so unethical, absolute breach. So a therapist actually cannot reach out to you, should never, but cannot reach out to you in that sense to check how your life is going. I've been very fortunate, and I love it, and any therapist I think would love it, when down the line a client may think of me and check back in and say, and give me a little update. Now, I don't ask for it, and we don't expect it, but it is actually lovely to get a little, this is how I'm doing now. And it's lovely, because we do think of no matter how many clients we've had, they could be into the hundreds, you never forget them. Now I do struggle with names, I do struggle with names. There's times I go, and especially the way I keep my notes, it's all encrypted and completely confidential, so I'm like, and I delete, if I have your phone number, if I have a text message, I delete everything. When you've ended and you've moved on, I delete everything, because GDPR and confidentiality, I can't have that stuff on my phone. But that doesn't mean I don't like it or that, and it's that kind of, we have to have that distance. So I'll keep a file, and a file will have numbers, it won't have names. So when the client can come back to me and say, if they don't say to me, it's Johnny, I'm back, how's it going? I just wanted to tell you how I'm getting on. I'm like, I won't know who you are when you're telling me, so I'll have to find, if I have the number that come up, I might have to go into my all of my files. It's happened to me a number of times where I've had to go into all of my files and say, maybe that's, because they might say when we work together in Dublin, I'll go, oh, okay, maybe, and that way then I can find you. But generally we don't keep, because that's really stalky. If I know who you are exactly. But yes, we do think of you, we do think very fondly of you, we do hope you're successful in your life, that any issues you can are really been handled. We do hope that if you're in therapy, you've been cared for and you've been looked after and you're happy. That we will never go and go into the and I've had, every therapist I think can tell you, they've had difficult, you'll have difficulties in your life. Every job has difficult times, but we don't focus on the difficult and say, oh well, that I hope that the real social kind of commentary. I hope that fella falls down a flight of stairs. Or that we don't wish harm on people. We only, because we've worked with you and we there's some real close bond here that we kind of go, regardless of how it ended or regardless of what happened in therapy, all we want is the best for you, is for you to succeed in everything you're doing, because you do deserve it. So what we think of you, what does my therapist think of me? You can rest assured that they 100% think fondly of you and hope the best for you. And I hope that helps, because I know for a fact I was struggling with this question myself. When I was younger, I was struggling because I felt, as I said, that therapist I had myself decided to break contact with, I had thought, oh my god, this person, but like, he doesn't hold grudges. There's no grudges there to hold. It's just like your decision, you moved on. All I hope is that you are happy with your decision, And if you're not happy with your decision, it's absolutely okay to check back in and say whatever. You don't need to apologize. It's not about an apology thing. I left you. It's just if you feel it's okay and it feels okay to you. But again, no therapist is ever going to demand this or expect it from you. But it is lovely. It is actually genuinely really nice when someone checks in and says, I'm here, I'm happy, everything's going well, and move on. It's lovely, and that can be really nice. So we do think fondly of you, and we do hope you're enjoying your life and you're getting on. And we are here for you if the table's turn, if something is worse. No matter what the distance is or the time is between you being with the therapist to you coming back with the therapist, it starts back. It's like if you have one of those friendships. I have a number of those friendships. If one of those friendships you wouldn't speak to the person ever or text them or anything like that for maybe 2 years, and then they turn up at your door or something happens and you're back to that moment. That's what'll happen. It's that. You don't have to go back into the thing. They'll remember who you are. They'll remember everything you brought into the room, and you'll just start back, and it'll be lovely because then you'll be at a better place to be able to move forward. So we do think fondly of you, and we're there for you when you need to come back, if you need to come back. Anyway, talk to you soon.